consequences physically for that. We're now joined by TCU tight end Garrett Riley, NFL prospect, former Temple quarterback, who joins us, Paul Craig and David Smoak at 365 Sports, and we've had Garrett on this show multiple times. We appreciate the time. How critical and kind of a boost was getting that win this past weekend to kind of maybe put things back in perspective about what this team at TCU can do?
Yeah, that win was big time for us. We had just came off a tough 2-loss streak. That was a really hard one to go through in Iowa. So I think it was just like a gut check and a confidence boost for the players and the coaches here.
Jared, you obviously had to switch quarterbacks this week because Chandler Morris got hurt, and you guys were in a funk for a couple of weeks. How much did that moment allow you to kind of rally around, like, okay, let's refocus and reboot here as we head towards the back half of the season?
Yeah, obviously you never want your starting quarterback to go down like Chandler did. But Josh came in and did a great job for us. He's really done a good job of just being very mature for how young he is and how little experience he has. He's done a great job of just understanding our offense and understanding the guys that he has around him. So, we kind of use having a new quarterback, kind of as a reset for us and to try to get rolling before the bye week.
Jared, did you feel like you guys, whether unintentionally or not, brought some not bad baggage necessarily, but baggage from last year? Did you feel like there was maybe too much carryover, and did it take some time to kind of learn, like, hey, this is a new team, a new season, and all of that? Or did you feel like y'all had that kind of perspective right away?
No, I think that, kind of early on, I think we did a poor job of just understanding that, especially on the offensive side of the ball, that we're very young in a lot of positions. And those guys that are having to step up, they were left with big shoes to fill from the guys from last year. And I think, I take responsibility for a lot of it. I didn't do a good job, and a lot of us older veteran guys didn't do a good job of letting it be known, like, hey, we're actually going to have to step up, like, and, prove ourselves again, even though we just did it last year. Last year doesn't mean anything for this year. So I think we kind of got that figured out to a point now, and, it definitely helped us a lot.
Besides the obvious, can you imagine what it would be like right now had you not won that game?
Yeah, it would definitely be kind of a weird deal with us. Just like I said, that game was really big for our confidence as a team. And, it kind of just told us, hey, as long as we handle our business and kind of do what we do on offense and do what we do on defense, we're good enough to compete with anybody. So, I think that winning that game, how we did it and putting that many points on the board was big time for us.
Garrett Riley, TCU tight end, with us on 365 Sports.
What did you learn about yourselves between the end of the Iowa State game and the start of the BYU game?
Just me personally, I've been on teams that, went 5-7 and not really won, very much. So that was kind of my main concern after the Iowa State game. We had a decision to make, and it was either you kind of roll your sleeves back up and you go to work again and, you try again next week, or you just kind of start giving up and guys start being selfish and all that. And we didn't have any of that. And so that was really encouraging just for me to see, and, to see a lot of our older guys kind of start stepping up and being like, hey, like, this isn't what TCU is about. This isn't what we do here. We put in a lot of work in the off season, just like everybody else did. So, we just knew that we had to give ourselves the best chance to win and compete every Saturday. So that's kind of what we ended up doing.
As one of the old codgers on the team, one of the veterans, what about and how Josh Hoover performed, taking over at quarterback and what he brought to the offense?
Yeah, Josh, like I said earlier, he's been really mature for him to be as young as he is. Nobody deserves to go out there and have a game like he had on Saturday more than he does. He puts in countless hours, just watching film, studying the game plan, knowing our offense and knowing how his guys operate around him. So, it was really good to see, him just being calm and really just being a field general for us. Like I said, that was really nice to see. All he has to do is just keep being himself, honestly, and the the stats and the good games and all that. I mean, that'll come with it.
Jared, what have been the differences between the offenses for you, for Kendal Briles this year?
I think the biggest thing is that this offense kind of operates around the tight end. You don't see me or Chase Curtis or DJ Rogers. You don't see really any of us come off the field very much. And I think that that's probably the biggest change that we've had. I know last year we were in 10 personnel probably 50% of the time or so. So I think this year it's crucial for the tight end to know what he's doing and to be on point week in and week out, because I feel like that's really how our offense gets moving and operates.
I still can't sometimes fathom that you used to be a quarterback.
Yeah, that was way back in the day.
What is your size now compared to when you were at Temple High School your senior year?
So right now, I'm real close. I'm real close to 6'7", and I'm 260 pounds. My senior year at Temple, I was probably 6'5", low 6'6", and probably 210 pounds maybe.
So, yeah, you've put some weight. Your touchdown catch from Hoover, the catch was there, the throw was there, but you took a beating, or at least you took some hits at the goal line. How refreshing was it for you to be able to take those hits, keep going, and get in the end zone?
Yeah, that I think that's really just a mindset deal. God granted me with a lot of size and a lot of athletic ability. And so, that, like I said, that's just a mindset thing. You're on the goal line and, you got to fall forward. With the offense that has struggled all season in the red zone, those are the types of plays that you have to make, as one of the veteran guys on the offense. So, I wasn't coming out of that one without a touchdown.
Has Coach Dykes changed in any way from how things went last year with the winning and, of course, some great close wins, too, to when things got a little bit dicey after back-to-back losses?
I mean, as far as who Coach Dykes is, no, he's been the same guy week in and week out, just really encouraging us and kind of getting back to the one thing I will say he probably changed is we kind of just got back to what made us, so good last year, just, being more physical on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, allowing us to have kind of a dialed back Thursday and Friday to feel fresh for the game on Saturday. But, other than that, no, not really. I don't think that he's changed as a coach at all. We just had to get back to who TCU is and who we are as a team. And, so we kind of went back to the basics with a lot of our practice scheduling and all that, which, if it's going to work, then, everybody was all for it. So, that's really the only change that we've had.
Is there anything more exhausting in life than you can imagine than a Kaz Kazadi workout?
Honestly, I don't think so. He makes sure that we're good for the season. He puts us through the ringer in spring and summer. So he's made sure that we're in tip-top shape for the season.
Jared, last thing, you're on the road against Kansas State, then on the road at Texas Tech, a couple of places it can be tough to win, although teams have won there. How much does your leadership, the experience, help when you go on the road like this for the younger players?
Yeah, if I can use it in the right way, and I will, I think that's the main difference between a win and a loss right there. Just with these next two games, especially this one coming up, it definitely means a lot, to go into Manhattan and be able to play Kansas State. They're a really good team. They obviously got the best of us last year in the Big 12 championship. So, we're kind of looking at this as kind of like a moment for this season for us to be like, this is when we turned it around and this is when we got on track. So, I just got to, as a older guy on the team and a leader, I just got to make sure that we all stay focused on the main task at hand and the main goal. And, none of that other stuff matters. Their fans, how loud it gets, none of that really matters to us. The only thing that matters is what's happening on each specific play and what I have to do to help my team win.
Have you seen what Temple's dealing with this year, and how much does that hurt you as a former Wildcat?
Yeah, it has been kind of tough to see on Fridays. I haven't gotten to watch the game, but my dad goes and watches all the games, and he'll text me just the final score and stuff. I'm not sure really what's going on over there, but I trust Coach Stewart with what he's got going on, and you just have to hope that they can turn it around pretty quick.
Thank you, Jared. Tell Mark Cohen we appreciate him as well. Thanks for your time today.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Jared Wiley, Temple High School, then played at Texas, transferred to TCU as a part of that magical year, of course, last year, and trying to turn the corner after their win this past weekend. They hammered BYU, and now on the road against Kansas State and all.